Yeah, Bianca, you just touched on it, but Jimmy Carter lived longer after leaving the Oval Office than any other president in history, and he sure put that time to good use, helping turn Habitat for Humanity into a household name and founding the Carter Center with his wife, Rosalind. And tonight we're hearing from folks who knew both Carter the president and Carter the man, and also from Habitat officials who are weighing in about his legacy of service.
Humanitarian and a fantastic friend.
UNC graduate Stuart Eisenstat worked closely with Jimmy Carter, starting with his presidential campaign in 1976, one largely built on restoring trust with the American people post-Watergate.
With a message of a clean government, a government as good as its people, he promised never to lie to you.
Eisenstat would go on to serve as Carter's chief domestic policy advisor, years that included the creation of the Departments of Education and Energy and new ethics laws that are still enforced.
All of this was his doing, and it's all still in place today.
But Eisenstat says it was Carter's groundbreaking peace efforts in the Middle East that the former president was most proud of.
Creating peace for the first time between Israel and its Arab enemies in the Camp David Accords with Egypt. And that has lasted even through the Gaza war now.
While low approval ratings amid inflation and the Iranian hostage crisis ultimately cost Carter a chance at a second term, his work was just beginning.
He didn't just talk about it, he showed up. He didn't just donate money, but he showed up and volunteered.
Brandon Price runs the Fayetteville Area Habitat for Humanity, the national nonprofit that Jimmy and Rosalind Carter helped turn into a home-building powerhouse.
We don't get to where we are as an organization without his direct involvement.
Price says so visible and influential was Carter's role with Habitat, many Americans mistakenly believe he founded the organization. But he believes it wasn't just the sway of a former president, it was the hard work he was committed to doing that's made a difference.
President Jimmy Carter rolled up his sleeves and came out to build sites, to help build homes for families, and to do things to help people who he may never meet and that could never do anything for him. Of course, the Carter legacy also lives on through the Carter Center, which helps fight disease and promotes democracy around the world, among other missions. So Americans certainly mourning the loss of a commander-in-chief tonight, but a long life, and a life that those who knew him say was certainly well-lived. Bianca?
Yes, we look at his history, and it's just a prime example of a servant leader. Sean Coffey live for us tonight in Raleigh. Well,